Hi everyone. I wanted to show you one feature actually about Remult, and this is triggered by this announcement done by Prisma announcing their TypedSQL. Okay, I suggest that you read this blog post. At the end of it, you will find an example on GitHub. Okay, this typed SQL example, and I basically took this example, and I want to walk you through this example and show you how we would have done it in Remult. So basically, you have a Prisma folder. Inside, you have a Prisma schema with their DSL where you put like the model user, the model tracking, and all the settings. And you find where is the SQLite file. Okay. You have some seed and migration. And the new thing is that now you have this folder SQL where you can put a raw SQL file, which is pretty good. Now, if you go to index, we start the client. And now we can do this query row typed and pass as a parameter this conversion by variant, which is the name of the file here of this query. Okay. And then I can log the result. So if I open a terminal and I npm run gen to generate first the query, everything seems to be good. I do another terminal npm run dev, and I see the Prisma with the two variants, the blue and the green, with 54 and 00. Okay. Now, if I go back to this file and I can tweak it to say I want it on the other way around, I save. On the other side, I see that there is a refresh of my query. On this thing, I need to do an update so that it refresh, and now the order is different. So quite good, but then you would do what? You would create two files. I know that they have an idea to have parameters, but then what if sometime you want to pass the parameter, sometimes not? What if you want to limit? All this is not covered today. So how I would do it in Remult? I have another file. Instead of having this schema.prisma, we have a file called model.ts. So it's basically a TypeScript file where I define my entities. So tracking event and user. Exactly like what was done before on the other side, just here it's in TypeScript. And I created another one, another entity called conversion by variant. And in here, I say that it's the result of an SQL expression. And here I just return the raw string that you find in the .sql file. Just this, nothing more. And then I define that there is two fields as an output, the variant and the conversion. The variant as a string, the conversion as a number. Okay. Now, if I go back to my index and I bring back the code here, the Remult example, exactly. So here, exactly like Prisma, we will do the initialization of Remult with looking at this file. And then I will have a repository of conversion by variant, and I will do a find to look what is all inside here. And now we have the Prisma result and the Remult result, which is exactly the same. Okay, but at this level, I can continue with this same raw query and have some parameter in the find. So you can order by conversion rate, for example. So now the smallest first, and then if I come here, control space, and then I can have the other one first. Okay. So I can, with this, I can get the max. So I can, for example, do a limit. I want it by variant, not by variant, but by conversion. Ascending, limit 1. So of course I don't want the ascending, but I want the descending. And like this, it's the max. And now I have my max value here. Sorry, max value here. And all this based on the same raw SQL expression. If we continue, we have also pagination built in directly. So if I limit by 1 and I go to page 2, or I go to page 1, I have the different value. So this is the paginate, and this is going out of the box. We are only at the ORM level in the backend for now. And then I can also filter. So if I come here, I have a where, and if I want to have all the conversion which are greater than 0.5. Okay, pretty good. Now, the pretty amazing part with Remult is that all this will be able to be available on the front end as well. So for this example, I just want to add Fastify. So I will just grab all this code here, boom, and enable Fastify. So to enable this, I just copy paste the code. Yeah, so is just enabling Fastify here, sorry. And then we register Remult Fastify. He wants what? Just the database connection for the data provider, and I will paste the code that I just cut on top. Okay, and now we have a Fastify server up and running. And we see here that we have entities defined with my 3 entities, and it created automatically these 3 routes. So if I open the browser and go to localhost 3000 /API/ I think it was called user, typing error, sorry, user, I get all my users, okay? And then all this comes with CRUD, so create, update, delete by default, and read, of course. Another cool trick about Remult is that once you have this, you can come and say admin true, and then you have an admin dashboard directly on this API. If I go /admin, enter, then I can see my users. And I can filter this user, I can paginate this user. So I want to filter by email or by ID. And then I have my tracking events. And for example, if I want to see on this user what event he went to, I can open here the relation of it. I can also filter and everything. You can add events here at this point. You can do everything in the UI. Okay, and now since conversion by variant is an entity, it's also displayed here, and we see also the result at this point. If you want to block it, you can of course disable that it's not part of the API. So for this, you would just go here to the conversion by variant, and you would say, please don't allow CRUD API. And if I go back here now, if I refresh, I have no more data coming. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you, how I think Remult is doing a pretty good job on this raw SQL expression. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.